everyone, it's Shannon. Welcome back to my channel. I want to thank the Original Super Glue for sponsoring today's video. Of course, I love DIYs of all different kinds, from paper crafting to home decor to DIYs on a budget and home renovations. And if you enjoy projects like that, I hope you will hit that subscribe button and stick around because you'll find new DIYs and inspiration here every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But above all the DIYs that I do, I actually really love just the ones that are super simple, basic, quick and easy. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to share with you some of those quick and easy projects that you can do in about 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. Our very first 5-minute DIY is this cute little mini ladder. I'm going to be using just a few supplies to create it. First of all, you'll need these paint stir sticks and a miter box. I will link both of these down in my Amazon favorite store in the description box. You'll also need some Super Unix super glue. This is a quick drying super glue that is gel based. It bonds in 10 seconds. And the great thing about it is you can find it in Hobby Lobby as well. I'm also going to be using my traditional burnt umber acrylic paint and a foam paintbrush. The very first thing I did was mark the center of 2 paint stir sticks at 6 inches. Each one is 12 inches long, so I'm basically just cutting these down in half. I am using 2 full-size paint stir sticks as well and using some sandpaper to sand them down really quickly. Here's a look at all of the pieces, and I will be using my Super Unix super glue to attach all of these pieces together. You'll see I evened up the bottom and then added the top piece, the bottom piece, and then added the middle piece to make sure it was centered. It didn't take long for my Super Unix super glue to set up and dry, and then I was able to paint it with my acrylic paint. I just did 1 coat so I could use it more like a stain than a paint, so I could see the wood grain of the paint sticks show through. And here's a look at the finished piece. I have it displayed in my kitchen with a little washcloth on it. However, it would be so cute in a bathroom too. Or you could even use this on a vanity and add jewelry to it and use it as a jewelry display. So lots of different purposes for these cute little mini ladders. Now on to the next project, which is this really pretty twine holder, but it's also very functional too. There's just a few supplies you need to make this. To start, you'll need a 5-inch round disc as well as a peg that is 1/2 inch size. I will make sure to link that down in the description box if you want to find that there. I also have a ball of twine and my Waverly chalk paint from Walmart. I'll also be using a foam paintbrush and my Super Unix super glue for this project. You will also need a drill with a 1/2 inch size drill bit. I started by just drilling down into that 5-inch size wood disc until I could get my peg to sit in there flush. Then I used my Super Unix super glue to attach the dowel into the disc. I just put a few drops inside the hole and also onto the peg, pressed it down firmly until it was finished drying, which only takes a few seconds. And then I came in with my white chalk paint and gave the whole thing 2 coats. Once the paint is all dry, you can pop your ball of twine onto the dowel and use it as needed. It is such a pretty little addition to my desktop. The next project is this really pretty bud vase hanging display piece. So pretty for inside or out. The supplies that you'll need include the ball of twine that we just made in our last project, so it's already coming in handy. You'll need these containers from the Dollar Tree. Also, these are little vases that had shells in them. I just took the shells out. You'll need your drill and a small drill bit and a piece of scrap wood so we don't drill into our countertop. I used that drill and drilled 3 holes into the top of the lid. Next, it's time to work on the little bud vases. I took the raffia off the top, and then I tied 2 pieces of string around the bottle necks. So I made 1 knot on one side and 1 knot on the other. So you can see that you will have 2 strands coming out of the top. You want to take those into your hands together, tie a single knot, and then start feeding the tails of those pieces of rope up through the lid. So here's a look at one of the vases tied. You can pull it through till it stops at that knot, and then you want to have those tails hanging out through the top of your lid because we're going to connect those all together at the end. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is longer than a 5-minute project. I was just gonna make hanging bud vases, but I thought they would be pretty, kind of all tied together into one single piece. And as you can see here, I have some little sprigs of lavender inside, but you could put any kind of little flower or even candles in here. Now our last project took a little longer than 5 minutes, but these are going to take even less than 5 minutes to make. They are so simple. I have some printed out on cardstock photos, some stick glue, you'll need clothespins, and you'll also need a paper trimmer. So what I did is cut out my photos or my designs to 4 inches by 4 inches, or they need to be at least 3.5 inches, depending on the size of your clothespins. And then I'm showing you how to pop your clothespins open so that they make a little stand that you can then glue onto the backs of your pictures. I highly recommend using cardstock whenever you're printing your designs, so that you have some thickness to the paper so they don't flop over. I liked this project so much, I went back in and printed out several more designs just to look at some different options of how I could use this in my home's decor. So these are two more little pieces that I created and then used on my floating shelves in our family room. And then we're gonna make a embroidery hoop little basket for flowers. I'm gonna be using a 6-inch size embroidery hoop. Also, I have some muslin fabric, scissors, and then my lavender sprigs and lamb's ear greenery for this. I folded my fabric in half, so I have 2 pieces. You just want to make sure you cut your fabric in a rectangle larger than your embroidery hoop. You can see here my 2 pieces. I placed them back together so that I could then put them into the embroidery hoop, and then I cut off all of the excess. And then you can see here by layering those 2 pieces, I then created a pocket for me to be able to place my greenery and my flowers in. So I am going to be using some hot glue for this just to keep my flowers and greenery in place. Just kind of play with how you want this to look, and you could even make this for all kinds of different seasons by changing out the greenery and the flowers. So mine is just kind of a small mini size, but I think this would be so pretty if you made this even bigger and used it in the place of a wreath on your front door. I also really enjoy woodworking projects, but those paint stir sticks really do make things a lot more simple, quick, and easy. I'll make sure to link those down in the description box if you want to check those out. And I'd also love to hear which one of these projects was your favorite. Leave those down in the comments. If you enjoy projects like this, I hope you will stick around by clicking that subscribe button next to me. You'll find even more DIY projects linked below that. And please come find me on Facebook and on Instagram for even more inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.